Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit more talking, running you through some updates on what I haven't uploaded for the last few weeks, where I've been, what I'm doing, where my training's at, and also you may know if you follow me on Instagram that I competed in another triathlon. A little bit more successful than my last one. It was the Eton Dorney Lakes Triathlon I think it might be called. Standard distance triathlon. It went quite well for me. We'll get more into that later. First, before I do mention where I've been, what I've been doing for the last few weeks and everything else that's been going on, I've got a session to get through today, so I need to pump up my tyres and then yeah, get out on the bike for a bike session. So let's do that first. I am 25 minutes into my ride today and I've just come across a road closure, so I thought I would take this opportunity to stop and mention firstly how uncomfy women's cycling shorts are. Yes, women's. These ones that I'm wearing, to be exact, yes, they are women's. They're Autumns, my other half. Basically, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I haven't been here for a while. I haven't trained for a week, therefore my cycling shorts haven't been washed, and so I had to wear these basically. Secondly, I would like to mention how windy it is today. You probably can't really tell in this clip, but it feels like there is headwind in no matter what direction I go, which is really annoying. Thirdly, I should probably mention what this session actually is. So this is just an aero drill session, so it's an hour long with 2 by 15 minutes holding a really strong aero position, which leads me on to my fourth thing, which is how hard aero position is wearing glasses. I knew this. Clearly a week off has made me forget how to ride a bike, but yeah, basically when you're trying to hold this, all you can see is like the bridge of your glasses, and then it's either blurry, bridge, or it's just a mess. I should have worn contact lenses, I've got plenty at home. I don't know why I didn't, but there we are. So it's actually a bit of a struggle to try and hold a really solid position, but it is what it is. I might as well crack on and get this last 35 minutes, this session completed, and then on to give you an update of training, where I've been for the last week, what I've been doing, why I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks, whatever it is, and yeah, how nervous I am until Ironman or Outlaw Full, which is 3 and a bit weeks time. Anyway, let's get cracking. Is bike session completed, and whilst I was on that last half of the ride, I realised that the last time I actually rode this bike was at Eton Dorney Triathlon. Still got my race number on it, and my gears definitely need re-indexing because they're miles off and it's really annoying, so I'm going to have to do that at some point. But I'm going to go in, get washed, get some food, and then, speaking of Eton Dorney, I'm going to run you through how the race went for me, and like I say, then future updates and where I've been. And that is the bike session completed. Like I said in the clip just a minute ago, it's just an aero drill session, nice, easy, zone 1, zone 2, nothing too strenuous, and that is my second session back since what I'll be talking about later, since being off basically. I'll quickly put up some numbers from Strava, as I usually do, over the screen now, so you can see what the session was. Yeah, it ended up being about 20 miles, 56 minutes of riding, 21.2 miles per hour. But yeah, just a quick one. We'll start with the Eton Dorney Triathlon. I'll quickly run you through what happened there, and how that day went. For those of you that don't know, Eton Dorney is a standard distance triathlon. Actually, they do a few different triathlons on the day, but I entered the standard distance one along with my coach Harry. That's kind of part of the reason why I went to that one. He said he was doing it. I thought it would be a good opportunity to not only go and meet him, but also do another triathlon since my first one, which if you haven't seen, I'll link up here. It did not go to plan. Luckily, it wasn't my fault. I controlled and did everything I could. It was just unfortunate kind of string of events that happened on the day. I'm going to try and keep this quite quick and brief because I don't want to go into too much detail. It's probably going to be another quite lengthy talking video, which can get quite boring. But let's quickly go through some of the numbers from the day. Quickly, also, the reason I didn't get any footage of this was because basically I just went up there by myself. I couldn't really film myself riding, swimming, or running or whatever. So I thought, I'll just leave this one, maybe talk about it in a future video, which is what I'm doing now. But Harry did make a race day video himself, which kind of shows you a bit more about what happened on the day. I'll link that in the description, and you can watch that. And he actually ended up winning the race by something ridiculous, like 13 or 14 minutes. So he did insanely well, and I don't know how he goes that fast, but hopefully one day I'll be able to get there. Anyway, let's start the swim. So the swim, as a standard distance, I think it's 1,500 meters. Might have been a little bit longer than that, I think. But ended up being 31 minutes I completed it in, which is 1:53 per 100 yards. Again, I'll put all the Strava information up, so you can see that. I know I could have definitely done better. It ended up being a non-wetsuit swim. My tri-suit's quite baggy. It's not the best tri-suit. It's actually my dad's old tri-suit, so it's not the best. I think it holds a lot of water, and it kind of I could feel it kind of dragging me back a little bit. I didn't want to go out too hard on the swim. I do this every time. I got into the lake, not panicked this time. Wouldn't say I panicked, but I got a bit nervous, I think it was, and the nerves hit me. So I was like, don't worry about your time. Just get through the event, and whatever will be, like times wise, just try and do it comfy. So I kind of started doing that in the swim. So definitely could have gone harder. Definitely should have gone harder. But it is what it is. Got through the swim. Transition was pretty good. I think it was just over a minute long. Yeah, transition was fine. Everything went smoothly. Did everything as I needed to. Then the bike ended up being a little bit short. I think it was meant to be 40k. It was a little bit shorter than that, but I did that in 56 minutes and 37 seconds, as you can see here. This is Strava's guess at my power. It reckons I did 309 watts. No idea how accurate it is. Probably a little bit high. I don't think it was near that. Average 24.8 miles per hour. This course, there was two, you can probably see kind of by the map on Strava, there was two quite sharp bends that you can see like either end, so you kind of had to slow down a lot for that. So it was a lot of like stop and start. If it was kind of just straight, then that average speed would have been a lot faster. So sort of on the straight bits, I was maybe going 26, 27 miles per hour. So it was a really, really, really fast course. I'm very happy with my time. I think my bike might have actually been this, like something, I think I might have looked at, don't quote me on this, but I think it's somewhere the 6th or 7th fastest bike from the day, not including the pro race, obviously. But yeah, so I'm really happy with that. The bike went really, really well. I actually, towards the end of it, I thought I was going so fast, I thought I was going a little bit too hard, so I started pulling back a little bit because I was thinking, I still need to run run after this. So I was holding back a little bit, so I could have gone a little bit faster potentially on that. But then if I had the run might have been harder, whatever. Really happy with the bike, very, very happy with the bike. Got onto the run, and the day was extremely hot. Like
seriously hot, and I'm not very good in the heat with like exercising. So the run I really struggled with. My time wasn't nearly as good as it should have been. Again, it was meant to be 10k. It was a little bit short by a few hundred meters, and I did it in 39 minutes and 22 seconds, which is a 6:44 minute per mile. It was only a few weeks before this I ran a half marathon at that same pace, so I should have gone a lot quicker than that. A little bit disappointing. I know I could have gone faster, but I think the heat, bear in mind this is the first triathlon that I've actually managed to string together. That might have played a bit, I don't know. Whatever it was, yeah, it took me a while to find my legs. My last mile was actually my quickest mile. So I think it might have just been, took some time to kind of get my run legs going, but whatever the case, it was not a bad time at all. I just think I could have probably pushed it a little bit more maybe. But yeah, whatever. That was the day. It was really good fun, really well organised event. I loved doing it. As soon as I got back, I was like, oh, I really want to book another one because it was so fun. Quite like doing the shorter distance stuff actually. It's quite, I don't know, it's not as like taxing on your body. Like I came off of the run and thought, oh, do you know what, I could go do that whole thing again, probably at the same pace. Which is good signs going into an Ironman, obviously. So yeah, like aerobic fitness is definitely there. Yeah, good day in total. I think that put me, I looked at the results and it put me in 20th position out of 250-ish maybe. So for my first ever triathlon, I'll take it. 20th out of whatever it was, 250-ish. Not bad for your first triathlon. And there was, I think I was, when I looked at the results, I was like, might have been a minute maybe off like the next, or less than a minute off the next 5 or 6 or 7 positions. So, and I could have easily, if I just pushed a bit harder on the swim, I would have made that up. Pushed, not like I said about the run, the bike, if I hadn't stayed quite reserved, could have pushed on and probably caught up a minute. Could probably potentially even done it in transition. But obviously I was kind of withdrawn a little bit because it was my first full triathlon. But yeah, so overall I can't really complain. It's a solid time for me. Happy with it. That there is the medal from the day. Pretty cool. Now let's talk about why I haven't uploaded for a few weeks. What's happened in those last few weeks of training aside from Dorney Lakes. That was like just over 2 weeks ago. Basically, we came to the end of a training block. I was getting quite tired. Training was getting a lot. I was still completing all the sessions and doing them well and stuff, but I could definitely feel myself tiring out and losing a bit of motivation towards the end of the block. So coming off that end of the block, me and Autumn booked a trip to Devon, and for those of you who don't know, I absolutely love surfing, like probably more than triathlon. It's like my top thing, favourite thing to do. As you can see, there's some surfboards. There's a few of our boards. Got a couple more of it as well. But yeah, that's 4 of our surfboards. We ended up booking a little surf trip, and during our trip to North Devon, I basically did absolutely no exercise. I took a full week off after the training block. It was a recovery week. I probably should have done a little bit of training. Definitely feeling it into my first 2 sessions I've done yesterday and today. I've only been back a couple of days. But yeah, I took a week off. I do feel like it was needed. I'm super motivated now going into Ironman, which is only, or out, I keep calling it Ironman, it's an iron distance event. But yeah, ate lots of food, drank lots of alcohol, and just relaxed for a week basically. Probably ended up sort of losing the last like 2 months of training. Put it all in the bin. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I think it was needed. Motivation's high now, definitely ready. Legs feeling good, and yeah, ready to crack on with the next peak phase going into Outlaw Nottingham. So that is a quick overview of Eton Dorney Triathlon, which I competed in, and where I've been over the last week, and why I sort of haven't uploaded. Just motivation was low, but I'm back now, back and ready to hit it hard, and I really want to try and get in like the absolute best form I can, ready for Outlaw Nottingham. Hopefully can get a good solid couple more weeks of training in, and then a good taper, and yeah, feel really good for the day. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know if you have any questions or anything triathlon related that you want to ask in the comments below, and I get back to pretty much every one of the comments. So yeah, if you do have any questions, let me know. Also, a little goal of mine is to reach 1,000 subscribers. We are less than 200 away, maybe like 180 away, I think. And it's sort of going up daily, which is really, really cool to see. So if you do enjoy this content or enjoyed some previous videos, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and yes, I shall see you in the next video, which will hopefully be a little bit sooner than the last one, for some more triathlon related content. Peace.